Good known viewers, in continuation of our telecasting on the diploma program on value-added product from fruit and vegetables, today we are going to discuss about the food processing and engineering part 2, block 4. This block 4 is depend on the product utilizations. What is the product utilized? As you know, during processing, fruit and vegetables are converted into value-added products. Different products are made, maybe juices, squashes, other beverages, jam, jellies, murabbas, canned product, dried product. During this processing, we get a lot of waste material or those products which cannot be utilized for further processing. We generally term it as waste from the processing industry. And this waste, either we have to throw it in the dump, or we can utilize as animal feed, or we can add value to these products and utilize for the production of value-added products also. Similarly, the fruit and vegetables, when are harvested and they handled or sorted, graded, packed, put in the chain of the fresh marketing, there also part of waste is being generated. So how this waste can be utilized? Generally it is being fed to the animals as animal feed or landfillings also, but it can be add value to it and it can become a value-added products can be made also. So today we are going to discuss with the product utilization. Under this block we have 3 units. So what are the waste, how you generate the waste, we will discuss these things and how the other things are happening. As you see, the waste either from the fresh fruit and vegetables or processed fruit and vegetables, we get the waste, and how to utilize this waste, that is a significant point which can add value to the product. It can lower the cost of the production of manufacturing process of the products, processed products, and it can utilize the waste, and that's why the pollution problem can be checked also. In developed countries, you will find that most of the fruit and vegetables are, after the harvest, are brought to the packaging house, and where they are handled in different fashions, either sorted, graded, diseased one removed, or good one separated separately. Something can kept for storage, something can goes for the export market, or something for the local market also, depending upon the commodities conditions also. But in India, the conditions are different. Here, after the harvest, the fruit and vegetable produce is brought to under the shade of a tree. We don't have the system of the packaging house, but under the shade of the tree they are heaped and they are segregated, they are graded, they are sorted, they are packed and then put in the market, the local market, storage, or for the export market also. So this both the process, they generate a lot of waste. It may be a leaves, stem, stalk, or some tidbits, peels, cores, juices. These waste material which are generated during this handling of the fresh commodities as well as during the processing of the fruit and vegetables, this generated waste has to be utilized, otherwise it will create a pollution problem, or it has to be dumped in a pit and close it, or a compost or animal feed, but does not have that much value. So we can utilize this waste, we can add value to it, and it will give the good price to the manufacturer or to the producer also. So you will find this utilization of waste and generate waste is called bruised, improper shape and size, leaves, stems, tidbits, stashes, juice, syrups, trimmings. A lot of waste are generated and that has to be utilized. So that is the crux of the summary of this block, and this block has 3 units. These are the types of byproducts, utilization of fruit and vegetable waste, and food fortifications. Under these three chapters, we have to discuss this waste, how this waste is generated, what are the type of waste, and how to utilize this waste to add the value it and become a value-added product, so we can avoid the pollution problems at farm level, or processing level, or in market level also. Let us first see the types of byproducts. Before going through the type of products, I would like to give you the data. What are the production statistics? In India, in 2005-2006, fruits were produced 52.8 million metric ton, vegetables 108.20 million metric tons, and total horticulture produced, including fruit and vegetables, spices and other commodities, that was the range of 177.41 million metric tons. So you know that we concerned with the fruit and vegetables, which are about 160 million metric tons are produced annually. And you will find hardly 2% of this total produce is being processed in the value-added products. Where in other countries the production processing is up to the 50 to 75% level, and there the cost of the processed product and fresh products remain almost same, but whereby processing the cost become expensive, and that's why people are hesitate to consume that processed products. 20 to 24% of this produced during handling, during processing goes waste. And if we can stop this waste, we can minimize this waste, we can make this produce available to our people. At present, 6,000 processing units are functioning in India, even though the license has been issued more than 10,000. The installed capacity of these processing units is 23 lakhs tons. So this much produce we can make and handle also these things. The next comes the handling and marketing of the waste fruit and vegetables. As you see that after the harvest, the fruit and vegetables are treated for fresh marketing. They are handled to prepare for the fresh marketing. And you will find a lot of waste is there, leaves, stems and other things which cannot go with the fresh produce. There is packaging also, the packaging waste, storage, certain waste also there. Then lot waste is available, and how to utilize this waste. So before utilization, first let us see what type of waste are produced by fruit, vegetables and packaging types also, these things. So fruit waste you will find peel, core, trimmings, seed, kernel, stem and pomace. Cull fruit which cannot be marketed, oversized, undersized, oversized and blemished fruits. Bruised and diseased commodities are being segregated as the waste, and this waste has to be utilized, then we can only make the value-added products. From vegetables also we get the seed, skin, trimmings, vine, pods, peel and pomace, husk and cobs, or mature and cull vegetables, bruised and diseased vegetables. These which cannot be put in the press market, so they become a waste. So waste can be utilized for value-added products also. Then similarly, you will find the packaging waste. Different types of packagings are being used in handling of the fresh commodities. Just like gunny bags, certain commodities like beer and other cauliflowers are put in the gunny bags. Bamboo crates, tokras, wooden boxes, plastic sacks and bags, cushioning material, paddy straw, pine waste, leaves, foam, thermocol, paper bags, corrugated fiber board boxes. Where they are packaging done, then you will find sometimes this packaging are broken or tear and wear. So their waste we also get it. How this waste can be utilized, that we can add to value and are utilized in again recircling this packaging waste, and we take new packages are prepared and for the used for the packaging of fruits and vegetables. this waste from the processed products during processing, what type of waste we'll get. Before this, we know what are the processing units are available in India. Cottage, home scale. Small scale sector up to 250 tons per annum. Large scale sector units, they produce 3 tons per hour, and during processing 30% of the raw materials goes waste. So how this waste can be utilized, that is also an important point. Processing waste generally use an animal feed or a compost, but if we can add value it, we can reduce the cost of processing and add value to the process waste, which can generate the more funds to the processor and to the farmers also. Let us see what type of the waste we are generating from the individual fruits. Just like apple, we extract the juice and we get the pomace. Pomace is the waste material, that is the peel, skin, seed, core, which cannot be converted to juice. They are the pomace part. And pomace, you will find this peel during canning and murabba preparation. We also get the peel. Core and cull fruits, which cannot be put in a fresh market, there also be waste also here. The apple waste, we can get about 2.5 to 3-4% pectin, and pectin is used a valuable product. Pectin is being imported, so we can substitute that by making this pectin from the apple waste. In amla, we get the seed and its kernel. Apricot, we'll get the seed, kernel, oil and oil cakes. Banana, peel and pseudo stems, these are the waste we can generate from these fruits. Citrus, we can generate peel, seed, rags, pectin. Grapes, stem, pomace, seed. Jackfruit, skin, leaves, cattle feed, seed and thick cream. Mango, peel, stone, kernel. Papaya, peel and seed. Pineapple, there are 40 to 50% waste is comprised of peel, trimmings and cores. So this waste goes waste as animal feed or as a compost. But if we can add value to it, it can help in the value added production of the value added products from the waste also. There are the vegetables which also have the waste. Tomato, you find peels, seeds and pomace. Onion, trimmings, loose outer skins which are dried one, that become a waste. Cauliflower, stalks and trimmings, peas, shells. Sometimes you will find the cauliflower along with the stalk and leaves are brought to the market, and where they are removed, they also cause a pollution problem also. So this stalk and trimmings should be removed in the field itself and then brought to the cauliflower, which are consumable or can be sold as such in the market also. Here also question arises that what the status of the processing industries, so those they can generate the waste, and what are the types of waste we can get from the processing industry as well from the fresh marketing of the commodities also. And how to utilize this waste, that is another question, and we are going to discuss that one also. The byproduct from the fruit and vegetable waste. As you know that different waste are there, and we can add value to it and produce the value added products from these waste also. Let us discuss one by one. Fat. How we can get the fat? Mango kernel, and we can get 10% of the fat. The mango stones are there, mango is used in processing. So half of the stone of the total mango produced, if we can extract its fat, we can get 80,000 tons of the mango fat, and this mango fat can be consumed in the valuable products also. Magas, which are used for health food, these are the seed kernels can be obtained from cucumber, pumpkin, melon, watermelon, apricots, and can be consumed as a magas also. Then we can get a starch. The starch can be get from the mango and the banana. Banana pseudostems which produce the starch, and mango kernel also give the starch. Banana can provide 5% edible starch. So banana, if you have 4 to 4.5 tons of starch can be obtained from 1000 banana plant. Similarly, the mango kernel can give about 1,40,000 tons of starch. So value-added products, it is only dependent when a large quantity of the waste material is utilized or is available, and that only available where large scale processing plants are there, then we can get this lot of this waste and can be utilized for value-added products. We can get the tutti frutti papaya after the papain extracted. Generally, papain extraction, there is a scare on the fruit itself, and people do not want to purchase this ripened papaya like that type also, which do not give a good appearance. So this papaya after the papain extraction can be utilized for preparation of the tutti frutti. Watermelon rind, either along with green or without green, it can be utilized for the preparation of the tutti frutti, and tutti frutti can be used in the cakes, ice cream, bakery products, bread, etc. also. Amchur or pickle can be prepared from the dropped green mangoes, which goes waste otherwise, so can be utilized for the production of amchur and pickle. Then we can have a food grade flavors. Food grade flavors can be obtained from the citrus peel, the good source. Citrus peels are shaved, and these peels can be extracted into a food grade flavors also. The flavor life can be enhanced by encapsulation. By excluding this flavor extract, we can extend the shelf life of the flavor. Citrus oil based flavors are safe for consumption. We can use in the food preparation, beverage preparations, or toothbrush and other daily use items that can be added also. Another product is the chutney. We can be made from the fresh pomace. After juice extraction, the pomace is there, which consist of the peel, core, other things that can be screened with little addition of water, and the fresh pomace of the apple, grape, mango and tomato can be used for the preparation of the chutney, and that's why you will find the chutney of various taste and color because of the different type of fruits. This one. Some edible oil can also be utilized from the waste product also. That apricot kernel used in a paste in cosmetics, grape seed, grape oil is used in a grape resins production, citrus seed oil can be extracted, can be utilized for the soap and other preparations. Tomato seed oil, which is a golden color and can be used as a salad oil also. So lot of oils we can get from the seed and kernels from the fruits, which otherwise goes waste. Then some other sweet preparations, just like a cheese and halwa, that can be produced or manufactured from the fruits. Fruits is guava and banana. Guava, when you make a jam jelly, there is a core, seed and peels are there. That water can be added and a pulp is extracted. And with this pulp we add some sugar, fat or other elaichi, other things, and can prepare the cheese and halwa. That is a good value-added products being put in the market also. Similarly, banana has a thick peel and pulpy portions from which a pulp is extracted and then converted into the cheese. So a value-added products can be prepared in terms of the cheese and halwa from guava and bananas. Then flour and fortified atta can be used. As you see, the flour of the jackfruit, seeds, mango kernels, they are roasted, can be consumed as such, or they can convert it into a powder as a starch, which can be blended with the cereal flour. So they can enrich the flour because they contain protein at the rate of 5 to 12%, fat 16.1%, carbohydrate 70%. So these value-added products from the waste of the jackfruit seed and mango kernels are being utilized in fortifying the wheat flour or chapati preparations, and they can be blended with the cereal flour at the rate of 1.5 to 3 proportions. Rest is the wheat flour can be utilized for the preparation of chapatis, so enriched in the nutrients composition also. There are certain peels which are waste, which can be utilized as a candied peel or sweetened peel or flavored peel. Orange, grapefruit peel are used in baking industry. How these peels are processed? These peels are collected, they are washed with the other things, then they are cooked to tenderize, to soften them in a water and remove the bitterness, bittering substances and undesirable odor also. Then the water is drained, they are cut into the different shape and size like dice, then cooked in the sugar syrup in order to make a candy type of peel. Sometimes murabba can be made or can be dried, and food dyed is also added to have a beautiful colors, then dried, and they are packed airtight in a container so they cannot be spoiled and they can be kept for some time for the next seasons, and this candied peel are used in the baking industries also. Then industrial oils that can be extracted from this waste material, and we can discuss one by one them also, these things. The industrial oil, cashew shells, which can be used as a 20% of the oil and resin used for insulation of electric wirings, brakes and linings. The cashew nut, when we are roasted and they are broken, the shells are there, and the shells, the oil is extracted, and there are about 20% oil which can be used for the insulation and electric wirings and brake lining also. Similarly, the apricots, which are called chuli, can be used, its oil extraction. Peach, kernel, citrus seed, tomato seed oil used in cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, refined as food items. Sometimes this oil which can be refined and converted into the food items also. An important item is also there, a pectin, which is generally we import for the preparation of jam, jellies and murabbas or synthetic jellies, synthetic jams. This pectin can be utilized, can be processed from the mango and citrus peel. You find this during processing of the canning of mango or pulping of the mango, skins which have a lot of pulp. This pulp can be utilized for preparation of the beverages or juices, and skin can be used for the extraction of the pectin. Similarly, citrus peel, apple pomace, raw papaya, these are the good sources of the pectin, and pectin can be manufactured out of them. It can be used for making jams, pharmaceuticals, preparations also. Then some essential oils which also be used from the waste material, citrus waste, fresh peel, and there are two methods of extraction of the essential oil, by cold pressing or steam distillations. Steam distillation, the essential oil is of not that up to grade, so the cold processing is being done, and again is a isolated different components, and essential oil is manufactured. This essential oil can be used for different preparations or different items which are consumed daily routine in our systems also. Then next is the natural color. As you see, the sweet meat or food preparations which have a beautiful color. This color comes either by synthetic coal tar dyes or by natural colors or natural like colors also, or herbal colors also. So this next slide that deal with the natural color which can be extracted from this waste material of the fruit and vegetables also. Coal tar dyes which are carcinogenic in effect, and that's why sometimes is not allowed. only some permitted coal tar is being used in the food industry also. So because of this coal tar dyes carcinogenic in effect, that's why we should have the natural colors, and natural colors or herbal color or natural like colors can be extracted from the fruit and vegetables. The blue grape skins, kokum, falsa, jamun, safflower. These skins can be extracted in a solvent and this color is extracted. Color is a liquid color or powder color is being prepared, and that natural color can be used in order to accentuate the values, cosmetic effects of the food products which give the beautiful colors. There are certain waste which goes waste or animal feed or compost that can be utilized for the preparations of the cups and plates. As you see, the plastic containers or polythene, SDP are being banned in certain parts of the country. In another way, we can utilize this plant waste in order to make a disposal types of the cups and plates. And here you will find in this slide this banana plant, these leaves can be utilized for the preparation of the cups and plates. You will find the forest trees, leaves are there, the dried leaves, they are molded into the cups, thali, glasses, cups and coverings, plates, and they can be used for the disposable type of the materials. So banana plants, 20 to 25 green leaves, green and dried leaves, disposable cups and plates which are used instead of the plastic plates and other things. We can use the disposable type of the cups and plates, glasses from the plant material also. Another aspect of this animal feed or compost can be utilized from this preparation of the waste products. As you will find this animal feed from the waste, there are citrus, wet peel, citrus dried peel, skin, core, trimmings, shreds, leaves, wet pineapple bronze, dried pineapple bronze are being used for animal feed. This slide that shows different type of the waste which can be utilized for animal feed. Tomato waste, molasses, mango, citrus, peel and peel juice, pomace and trimmings which are extracted into liquid, and this liquid is concentrated by evaporation as a molasses, and this molasses can be fed to the animals which provide the nutrition which are their part of the plant's material to the animal feeds. There are certain fermentative product can be utilized from the fruit and vegetable waste. So this next slide shows what of the fermentable product waste we could generate. Just like a fermentable edible products are cider and vinegar, single cell protein, animal feed, ethanol. This ethyl alcohol nowadays the government has permitted to mix with the fossil fuel petrol up to 5 to 10%, and it enhances the value, and that's why the ethanol has become another valuable product from the waste of the fruit and vegetables. Enzyme preparations which are being used in pharmaceuticals and food manufacturing and other products which in medicines also. So these enzymes can be prepared from the fermentative utilization of the fruit and vegetable waste. Food additives, citric acid and pectin which are being imported can be prepared of the fermentable vegetable, fruit and vegetable waste. Organic compounds and biogas. Biogas is another cooking gas we can use for the home in the cooking gas, or in the by generation of electricity the biogas can be prepared from the fruit and vegetable waste also. Then processing waste water which can also be utilized for different products preparations, that shows in the next slide. This bioproduct recovery and treatments, bioenergy production, utilization of organic solid for soil improvement. As you see, the processing industry generates a lot of liquid and solid waste. This liquid waste cannot be permitted to mix with the sewage line until unless it has been treated. So its water should be clean. It's a soluble solid which require a lot of oxygen for its fermentations, and they settle down in the tanks, and this utilize the solid as a compost or the other feed materials, and the liquid is clarified without any organic components is being fed into the sewage water or in the canal system. We can be used for irrigating the food and in the food crops also. So clean water should be utilized, and this water recirculated for, if it is refined, it can be filtered and can be used for a drinking purpose also. So we will get this processing waste liquid and solid, and both can be utilized for the human consumptions or animal feed or some other preparations also. Then this unit have certain questions also. What are the questions given in the next slides? The principal fruit and vegetables waste. What are the different types of waste available from the fresh fruit and vegetables or processing industries also, and how these products can be utilized as a value-added products, byproducts from this waste, from the fresh waste and from the processed waste also. So this question can be answered if you go through this blog, the chapters, and which will give you the knowledge and skill, and you can utilize the waste which is generated during the handling and marketing of the fresh produce, as well as processing of the value-added products, just like a jam, jelly, juices, canned product, murabba product, pickles, chutneys, different type of products you prepare from the fruit and vegetables, and the waste generated that can be utilized. This waste, when you utilize it, it can give certain values because it become a value-added products, and these value-added products can reduce the cost of processing, and that's why it generates the funds for those who utilize this waste either for the fresh for farmer or for the processors. And now we next come to the food fortifications. Next topic is the food fortifications, and that slide, next slide gives the food fortification. As you know, the food is required to provide nutrients to the body. Body does some functions, and for which we require nutrients, and nutrients we require food. So how this fortification helps in enhancing the nutritive value of our food material which we consume different forms as a liquid, beverages, or fast food, other foods also. As you see the food fortification, the nutrients required for the function of life. Body performs functions, any function. When you go to office, you go to factory, go to field, you do some physical work. You require certain energy, certain nutrients. Similarly, for the normal wear and tear of the muscles and tissues and development, growth and development, and their cope with the wear and tear of the process of the tissues and muscles, we require the functions, body function and nutrients required for them also. There are certain nutritional deficiencies, and this deficiency can have the reduced mental and physical efficiency, increased susceptibility to diseases, and that's why this deficiency has to be removed. That can be removed by adding the nutrients in our diet, in our food. So that's why the food, importance of the food fortifications. Food fortifications of the fruit and vegetables improve the nutritional structure of the people when you consume the food which has been fortified. So what is the necessity of food fortifications? As you see, the nutritional requirement of man, there are 45 nutrients are required in our food, and no food is a perfect. Even though we say the milk is perfect, it is not. Milk is perfect, does not provide all the 45 nutrients a single food. So either we have diversified food, or we can fortify our food by nutrients. So there is a 5 macronutrients, 40 micronutrients including vitamins and minerals. So that's why no single food contains all 45 nutrients, and that's why there is a necessity of food fortifications in order to provide a balanced diet or balanced nutritional diet in our food system. So what are the pattern of the food consumption in India? ICMR has classified the food into the 5 categories. One is cereal, grains and their products, pulses and legumes, fruits and vegetables, milk, meat, eggs and their products, fats and sugar. As you go through these 5 categories of food, you will see they provide cereal and gram, their products, grains, they provide mostly the carbohydrates. Pulses and legumes, they are rich in protein. Fruit and vegetables is the vitamins and minerals. Similarly, this milk and meat, eggs, they provide the proteinaceous material to our diet. And fats and sugar, they are a source of energy in our diet. So, in our diet, all the categories of the food must be there in our diet in order to have a balanced and nutritional diet. So, it can provide the energy, provide the vitamins, minerals, protein, and there's no deficiency symptoms in our food, in a diet. So by going through this, either they have diversified food or we can have the fortification of food that we'll discuss in the next slide. That will find the what are the strategies to fulfill the nutritional requirements. As you will find, there are certain deficiencies. Suppose if we consume only cereals or only consume meat or only consume the milk, you will find a certain deficiency because these are the nutrients we have provided for the other group of the food which are not there in our diets. So just like an inadequate or insufficient diet that can lead to the deficiency is protein, calorie malnutrition, vitamin A deficiency, iron deficiency, iodine deficiency, deficiency of vitamin B group. And that's why we have to plan our diet in order to have a proper or balanced nutritional status and provide all the required nutrients to our body. So diet planning is also important, and that the strategy requires the nutrient requirement, and that's why we can control this malnutrition by different ways. That is a nutritional education. We have to provide in education. Through the education we can provide this nutrition status, what is nutrition required, how you can get the nutrients, is part of the food. Similarly, dietary diversifications, dietary supplementation and food fortification. These 4 different aspects that can help the controlling the malnutrition, either by education, by diversification of diet, or by supplementing diet which are lack certain nutrients or certain food fortifications, we can control the malnutrition. So these food fortifications, what is the definition of the food fortification? Food fortification is a process of adding one or more dietary essential to a food. That is the definition of the food fortification. Now we will find food fortification have different terms used by different peoples. Enrichment, you can enrich your food by adding vitamins and minerals. Just like your diet is deficient in fruit and vegetables, then you will not have the proper vitamins and minerals, certain minerals, vitamins which is provided by fruit and vegetables. So you can enrich by adding fruit and vegetables in your diet. Fortifications, you can fortify synthetic vitamins, minerals. Nutrifications, what are nutrients which are deficient in your diet, vitamin A, vitamin B, you can add, so this is called nutrification. Restorations, certain vitamins and minerals are lost during processing, during preparations, during manufacturing, so you restore by addition also. Then standardization, certain food materials are standardized, say balanced diet which have all the components, that is a cereal, pulses, meat, egg, milk, fruit and vegetables. So that is standardized diet is there. Then supplementation, if there is anything lacks, we can supplement with the additives and we can have a food fortification. But nowadays all the terms we come into the a term is used as a fortifications. Is a fortification is now a general term used to indicate addition of nutrients to improve nutritional quality of food. Either we can have different terms, or nowadays use the food fortification is the best term used for the addition of the nutrition. So what are the advantages of the food fortifications? Minimum risk of excess intake of nutrients, safe, quick and cheap method of ensuring availability of a nutrient, introduction through existing marketing distribution system without any extra effort. Every segment of a affected population gets necessary amount of the nutrient. Synthetic nutrients used in food fortification become available just after their absorption in the intestinal tract. The limitation, there is certain limitations of the food fortifications. The knowledge of dietary habit is required. If you do not know the dietary habit or nutritional intake of a target group, certain groups, as I give one example, there is a iodine deficiency, what other disease happen in certain segment of the population, say in the mountainous hilly regions, people lack iodines. So there iodine being added in the salt, and salt is being used throughout the country by all populations, all people in the different segments. So by fortifying this iodine in the salt is consumed everyone, and that's why this knowledge is required of dietary habits and nutritional intake of the target. The second is consumer education. Any change by addition of these fortifications or addition of the nutrients, in any change quality, flavor, odor, we must educate the public that this is the because of this reason. In the case of the salt, there is no change in its color or its odor by addition of the iodine in this salt. So that's way you'll find a lot of advertisement, schools, advertisement, radio, TV, newspaper. So people should consume iodized salt. This is one of the example also. Then method of fortifications, the next slide shows the different methods of food fortifications. Dry mixing, dissolutions in water for liquid foods, spraying, addition in oil, fatty type of foods, additions, coating and pelleting, tablet making or coating surface also on these substances. So these are the different methods of fortifications. Then fortifications of the fruit and vegetables you will find which are rich in color and varied aroma, aesthetic appeal, rich in vitamins and minerals. Then the principles of fortifications. The principles of need. What is the need of fortification? Food distribution, stability, compatibility, camouflage, economy, accessibility and disclosure. Any additives, any fortifications, it must be disclosed on the labels of the packages. And availability of the technology and equipment. We know the fortification, but how to do it? What are the technology and equipment available to us that must be available? Then only we can do the fortification. So this principle must be considered as the fortifications. So as you see, the fortified fruit and vegetables, just like a fortified apple juice, we can fortify it with the vitamin C. So we can enrich the vitamin C in our final juice. And similarly in for orange juice also, then we can have the synthetic powders, food powders. We can see in carbonated drinks also we can add the vitamin C, because 3.3 ml of vitamin C reacted to 1 ml of the carbon dioxide, so it nullified that one. So vitamin C can be added in these beverages also. So fortified banana powder can also be made by the soya solids in equal amount, so it enriches in the protein. So as you know that by going through this blog, you can understand what are the fortifications, what are the waste available, how the waste can be utilized, value-added products. So by knowing these things, you can have improve your skill, knowledge, you can be useful entrepreneurs and make a value-added product out of the waste material, what the waste generators. Thank you.